Every couple of months, I like to set myself a bunch of different goals to complete within the 3 to 4 month period. And this usually helps me to actually achieve the goals that I want, to actually list them and write them down. Today, I'm going to teach you on how to set goals in RuneScape, and hopefully this will help you achieve all of the goals that you want in the game. Now, the reason I like to set myself goals is because it keeps me motivated to play the game at all times. You're going to want to set yourself different tiers of goals, and plenty of them. So you're going to want to set short-term goals that can take anywhere between 1 and 3 days, medium-term goals that can take like a week up to 2 weeks, long-term goals that could take maybe say a month plus, and then very long-term goals that could take, anywhere for a few months to a year, depending on how crazy the goal is. Now, the reason you want to do this is that you don't burn out of the game and you always have something to look forward to. Now, if you set yourself a goal to complete a quest and you give yourself like a 3-day period to do it, when you finally do it in that time frame, you actually will feel so much more achieved. And if you set yourself, I'm gonna max and that's it, you're probably gonna burn out and get demotivated from playing the game. So I always have a list of bunch of things that I want to do and knock out on the game, and this really keeps me motivated to play the game at all times. Now, you have to make these goals realistic or you'll never complete them. So say you set a brand new account, you set a short-term goal to get, say, 20 quest points. You can easily do that in a 1 to 3 day period. A midterm goal for a brand new account would maybe be to, say, get up to your first set of Void, right? You could definitely get that done in a couple of weeks of playing the account. A long-term, like a 1 month plus goal for a brand new account would maybe be to get your Barrows gloves. That would be a pretty challenging goal for a brand new account. It would take about a month plus to do. And maybe a very long-term goal for a brand new account would be to get yourself your very first 99. The thing is, with all of those goals for the brand new account, it's a realistic time frame that you could get it done, right? So with pretty much most people's schedules, they could get all of that done in the time frame set. Now, you're going to want to set multiple versions of these goals for your account to always keep you motivated and set yourself up for success. So for my account, for example, right now, I'll give you the short term all the way up to the very long term goals that I want to set myself. So for my very short term goal, I want to get 20 plus seed packs from farming contracts. I, do anywhere between 3, 4, even up to 5 of the farming contracts every single day. So yeah, I can realistically get this done in a couple of days, right? So I obviously, it's not like a huge grind where I'm going to burn out from it or anything, but it's a realistic goal that I can do. Now, for my medium term goal, I would like to get 50 KC at the Tombs of Amascut. Currently, I am at 23, so that means I would need to do another, 25, 27-ish games, is that right? To hit my goal in a 2-week time frame, and definitely that is realistic for me to do, right? For my long-term goal, it would be to get 100,000 Karambwans catched. Currently, right now, I've got about 64,000 of the Karambwans. So yeah, in a month plus, I definitely think that's possible. I tend to do a lot of AFK fishing when editing videos, or if I just feel like watching a movie for the night. Now, for myself, a very long-term goal that could take a couple months all the way up to a year would be to, get a bunch of items from the Tombs of Amascut or any of the raids items in general, right? You never know how long these could take. They could take a couple of months. You could get pretty lucky, and to finish the collection log, it could definitely take up to a year plus. Now, I personally just really want the Fang from it, so who knows how long that will take me, but that is currently my very long-term goal, is to get a bunch of purples from TOA. While going for the maxing grind, setting all these types of goals really helped me to stay motivated to do certain grinds that I really didn't like doing, right? For example, I would set myself for a medium-term goal is every week, just make sure I get 1 level of agility, and then I'm free to do whatever I want, right? Because I was not a big fan of training agility, so if I didn't set myself kind of a goal to make sure that I get this done, I probably would still have 70 agility, because it's just not a skill that I really like training, right? So this can really help you to get things done that you've maybe been putting off for a very long time. Also, I hate to say it, but you can set yourself little daily goals to do as well, daily tasks that you can do, like your farming runs, maybe your birdhouse runs. If you're the type of player who does flipping and merching, you can set yourself to make sure you log in every day to check that. Or even if you're a shop runner, you can go through all of the shops every day and make sure that you collect your little bit of GP here and there. Just make sure that you have a little checklist that you do to make sure that you get everything done that is required to progress your account. Something that's fairly annoying for new players is to get a quest cape, right? It's something that they really don't want to do, and what I see a lot of people do is just try and go for it all at once, just every time they log in, just do quests until they get the quest cape. Now this can work for some players who are really dedicated and just wanting to knock it out of the way, but what I recommend you guys to do is set yourself all the different types of goals with questing. Maybe you want to do one a day, maybe you want to do one a week, right? Make sure you don't burn out with the game and just always have fun. If you want to get these little annoying tasks out of the way, just space them out. Honestly, that will help you a ton. Back when I was going for the quest cape, there would be some days where I would do like 20 quests in a day, and I just it was like a 12-13 hour day of just questing, and it's just like you don't even want to log into the game the next day. And goals don't have to be as simple as I want X level or X amount of quests out of the way. You can set yourself a goal to maybe better yourself at a boss, or, learn how to do a raid or something like that, right? Learn how to do the agility sepulcher. This can be really fun to do as well. Kind of push yourself to do uncomfortable content that you maybe aren't the best at. Back when I was learning the corrupted gauntlet, I was just having a horrible time with it. So pretty much what I did is I spent, I made it my medium term goal to just learn the corrupted gauntlet and at least get 1 KC. And I spent 2 weeks going for that. And you know what? I ended up really liking it and having a ton of fun, and I ended up staying there for over a month just to collect all of the rewards from it, right? Once you kind of get to learn something, it becomes a lot more fun, right? So you don't have to set yourself goals of just getting X levels or whatever, X amount of quests out of the way. You could set yourself a goal to become better at something, right? Become better at farming, get to know all of the farming patches in the game, get better at Cerberus, never miss the ghost skipping again. There's just so much that you can better yourself at this game, right? Another thing that really keeps people motivated to play as well is instead of camping a certain boss and just waiting until you get all the drops from the boss, maybe just do that boss on Slayer task, right? This has really helped me, right? For certain things that, you could go extremely dry at, just wait till you get them on task, because then it's like you're being efficient, right? You're training Slayer anyways, but you're going to that boss and hoping you get the item rather than just camping the boss and ending up burning out of that boss because it takes forever to get drops on this game. Make sure you're always working on more than one thing. This can really help you to set goals too, because you don't want to just be working on the one thing at once. You want to be working on so many different little things at once that will add up to be a lot in the end. A lot of people just do the exact same content until they're finished with it. And now I used to play the game like this too, way back in the day in the pre-EOC era and the EOC era of the game. I would just, train fishing and I wouldn't stop until I hit 99. This is a great way to burn out. The better path, honestly, to take is to level all of your skills kind of similar at the same time. Maybe some exceptions with skills you may not like as much, or even another exception where you say get a 99 before you train any other skills, right? But honestly, this really helps to separate it. Also, make sure to have AFK activities and focus activities. No matter what type of player you are, you never want to be fully focused on this game all of the time, right? Like, you can't even do that with all the types of content in the game. So for me right now, when I'm really focused and wanting to just knock out this game, I will go to the Tombs of Amascut and send some raids, right? If I want to maybe pay a little bit of attention but not too much, I will train Slayer. And when I want to AFK and watch a movie or say edit a video, I will fish Karambons. If I want something slightly less AFK, I will come cook, right? So I've got 4 things that I'm working on at the same time, really, all of the days that I'm logged into this game. Some days I log in and really don't feel like doing anything, so I'll just fish or cook or even just do an AFK Slayer task. But some days I'm super motivated to play the game and I just want to send some raids or do some raids with some friends or just random players, honestly. And I do that and I'm super focused with the game, and that's pretty much all I'm doing. One thing I try to do to keep consistent is always do farming runs and the birdhouse runs, because these will pay off in the end, and you can passively just train these two skills and gather the resources for them with very little to no effort. The beauty about this game is that you can kind of do it at your own pace, do whatever you want whenever you want, but I like to kind of make a path for myself to set myself up for success, and I found that setting goals really helps me do this, right? Make sure to make them obviously realistic, like I said, and then have tons of different types of goals, right? And it's okay to set like, I want to max as a very long-term goal, but make sure you set a ton of other ones to help you get through the grind, right? So you get these little achievements, little spikes of dopamine here and there. Now, I probably play RuneScape more than the average person. I try to play at least 5 to 6 times a week, anywhere from 4 to 6 hours that day, right, when I'm not working and whatever. So maybe I can achieve goals faster than the average person, right? But I like to take things very slow. I always say that slow and steady wins the race, and I like to have fun with the game, and I do love AFKing a ton. What I'm saying is I eventually want to learn every single thing in this game. There's so many things that I still haven't done or even know anything about, being a maxed Iron Man account, and that's something that I really love about this game, is you can continuously learn things all of the time and always be setting new goals for yourself. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you went ahead and watched the whole video, comment tuna down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.